9. First, silent symptoms of bowel cancer that few doctors can identify. Did you know that small changes in how your intestines work can be signs of something serious? Have you ever noticed changes in your stool or persistent pain in your belly and simply ignored it? What if these changes were the first warning of bowel cancer that is still in its infancy? Bowel cancer is a disease on the rise and often goes unnoticed until it reaches more advanced stages. In Brazil, it is already the third most common type of cancer and affects both men and women of all ages. But is it possible to identify the signs early and prevent major complications? Today you will discover how your body may be warning you of this condition. And in the end, you will learn the importance of exams and lifestyle changes to preserve your health. Let's get started. The first warning your body gives about bowel cancer. The human body is an incredible machine, capable of sending clear signals when something is not working well. In the case of bowel cancer, these signs usually start discreetly but can become more evident over time. Unfortunately, many ignore these initial warnings, mistaking them for minor or temporary problems, such as poor digestion or temporary changes in bowel habits. One of the first warnings is the change in the functioning of the intestine. If you notice frequent alterations between constipation and diarrhea, it is important to pay attention. This imbalance may indicate that something is affecting the healthy functioning of the intestinal tract. Another common sign is the appearance of blood in the stool. Many people associate the symptom with hemorrhoids, but it can also be a sign of more serious problems, such as tumors that cause internal bleeding. Furthermore, the body can experience excessive tiredness and anemia resulting from small blood losses that go unnoticed. This lack of iron is often overlooked, but it is an important warning that something may be wrong internally. By understanding and recognizing these signs, you can act more quickly and effectively. Don't ignore the messages your body is sending. Paying attention to these changes could literally save your life. The truth, nobody tells you about bowel cancer. Bowel cancer is surrounded by misconceptions that can delay diagnosis and make prevention difficult. Many people believe that it is directly linked to genetics, but the reality is very different. Only around 5% of cases originate from hereditary factors. This means that the vast majority are related to lifestyle and daily choices. Research shows that inadequate eating habits are one of the main triggers for the development of this disease. A diet rich in ultra-processed foods, excessive red meat, and low fiber consumption creates an environment conducive to changes in the intestine. These changes can lead to the growth of polyps, which over time can become cancerous. Another ignored factor is the impact of stress and a sedentary lifestyle. High levels of stress harm intestinal health, altering the microbiota and increasing inflammation in the body. Added to this, the lack of physical activity reduces the natural movement of the intestine, compromising its efficiency. Although these aspects are widely discussed in medicine, public awareness is still low. The good news is that simple changes can make a significant difference. Adopting a balanced diet rich in fiber and vegetables, staying active, and managing stress are measures that can drastically reduce the risk of developing bowel cancer. More than ever, it is essential to abandon the idea that this is an inevitable or purely genetic disease. Taking control over your habits is key to preventing and combating this condition, whether through genetics or lifestyle habits. Unbreaking the myths about cancer. For a long time, it was believed that bowel cancer was almost exclusively hereditary. Many people still think that if their parents or grandparents didn't have the disease, they are completely protected. However, this belief is a big mistake. Studies indicate that only a small portion, around 5% of bowel cancer cases, are directly linked to genetics. This means that 95% of cases are associated with lifestyle, diet, and environmental factors. This revelation completely changes the perspective on prevention, putting the power to prevent disease directly in our hands. Among the risk factors related to lifestyle, diet plays a crucial role. Diet rich in processed meats such as sausages and ultra-processed foods increases the risk. On the other hand, a diet rich in fiber with fruits, vegetables, and whole grains contributes to a healthier intestine. Furthermore, a sedentary lifestyle is a major villain. Lack of regular physical exercise compromises the proper functioning of the intestine, increasing the time that waste remains in the digestive system. This can create a favorable environment for politics to develop. Another relevant aspect is alcohol consumption and smoking. These habits not only directly affect intestinal health, but also increase damage to other areas of the body, increasing the risk of cancer in general. While genetics may play a role in some cases, the main message is clear. Healthy habits are the best defense against bowel cancer. Adopting a balanced life can not only prevent the disease, but also improve the overall quality of life. The intestine, as your ally, discover its essential functions. The intestine is much more than just an organ of the digestive system. It performs fundamental functions for maintaining health and balance in the body. Understanding how it works is the first step to protecting it and identifying warning signs. The large intestine, also called the colon, is the last part of the gastrointestinal tract. It is about 1.5 meters long, which is equivalent to the average height of a person, although many people believe that it is responsible for absorbing nutrients. This function belongs to the small intestine. The colon has 3 main functions. The first is excretion. It transforms what remains from digestion into feces and eliminates them from the body, keeping the body free of toxins. The second function is hydration. The large intestine reabsorbs most of the liquids that pass through the digestive system. This task is vital to prevent dehydration and ensure the body functions properly. The third function is related to the intestinal microbiota. The intestine is home to trillions of bacteria that play crucial roles such as digesting fiber and producing vitamins. Additionally, a healthy microbiota strengthens the immune system and helps protect the body against disease. When the intestine is not healthy, these functions can be compromised. Problems such as constipation, diarrhea, and even changes in the microbiota can be signs that something is not right. Taking care of the intestine is more than just taking care of the digestive system. It is a protective measure for the entire body, especially when it comes to avoiding serious diseases such as bowel cancer. 9 silent signs of bowel cancer you need to know. Bowel cancer rarely appears suddenly. It usually manifests itself through signs that, although subtle at first, can become persistent as the disease progresses. Knowing these silent signs is essential to seek medical help as soon as possible. One changes in bowel habit, the signal that cannot be ignored. The alternation between diarrhea and constipation, especially when it occurs for no apparent reason, is one of the first signs. If this pattern repeats frequently, it is important to see a doctor. 2, blood in the feces, a visible but often underestimated warning. The blood may appear as bright red spots or make the stool darker, even if the cause seems to be something simple, like hemorrhoids. It is crucial to investigate the origin. 3, anemia, a lack of iron that can hide internal bleeding. Tests that indicate anemia without a clear cause may indicate small blood loss in the intestine. This sign is often ignored, but it can be an early warning. 4, chronic abdominal pain. When discomfort becomes routine, persistent or occasional pain, such as cramps or stitches, could be a symptom of something more serious. These pains, often associated with other digestive problems, need attention. 5, unexplainable weight loss. The warning you cannot ignore. Losing weight without changing your diet or exercise routine can be a warning sign. If this loss exceeds 10% of body weight in a short time, it's time to seek help. 6, frequent vomiting and disease. What your body tries to tell you, When problems in the intestine impact the digestive tract, nausea and vomiting can become frequent. Even without stomach symptoms, the problem may be linked to the intestine. 7. Constant fatigue. When the body loses energy for no apparent reason, extreme tiredness, even after a good night's sleep, may be a reflection of anemia or chronic inflammation in the intestine. 8. Abdominal swelling, a silent symptom that may hide something serious. Constant feeling of bloating, even without eating heavy food, is another warning. This symptom may be a reflection of obstructions or tumors in the intestine. 9. Sensitivity or nodules in the abdomen, a touch that reveals the danger. Noticing nodules or sensitive areas in the abdomen is one of the most advanced signs. This symptom should not be ignored and requires immediate medical evaluation. Recognizing these signs is the first step towards an early diagnosis. Do not wait for symptoms to worsen before taking action. Seeking help at the right time can save your life. Early diagnosis, what you need to know to act in time. Early detection is the best strategy to treat bowel cancer effectively. When the disease is diagnosed in the early stages, the chances of a cure increase significantly. Therefore, it is essential to know the tests and procedures that can identify the problem before it worsens. The main test used to diagnose bowel cancer is colonoscopy. During the procedure, the doctor examines the entire inside of the large intestine with a small camera. This examination allows you not only to identify changes, such as polyps, but also to remove them for analysis. Polyps are small growths on the wall of the intestine. Although many are benign, some can turn into cancer if not removed. The biopsy, which consists of collecting a tissue sample for laboratory analysis, confirms whether there are cancer cells. Another important test is the fecal occult blood test. It detects small amounts of blood invisible to the naked eye, which could be signs of lesions or tumors. This exam is recommended as part of regular screening, especially for people over 50. In addition, imaging tests such as computed tomography or magnetic resonance imaging can be used to assess the progress of the disease and check whether the cancer has spread to other areas. For those with a family history of bowel cancer or other risk factors such as inflammatory bowel diseases, exams should be done more frequently and started earlier, often before the age of 50. Early diagnosis is not just a preventative measure, but an opportunity to save lives. Maintaining regular appointments and carrying out the recommended tests is the best way to act against bowel cancer. How changing your habits can protect your gut and your life. The good news about bowel cancer is that in many cases, it can be prevented through lifestyle changes. Although some risk factors such as age and family history cannot be controlled, others are directly linked to our daily choices. Food is one of the most important pillars for keeping the intestine healthy. A diet rich in fiber, consisting of fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and legumes, helps regulate intestinal transit and reduces the formation of polyps. On the other hand, excessive consumption of processed meats such as sausages and ultra-processed foods is associated with a significant increase in the risk of cancer. Drinking enough water is also essential for good bowel function. Adequate hydration helps transport nutrients and form healthy stools, preventing problems such as constipation. Practicing regular physical exercise is another effective way to protect the intestine. Activities such as walking, running, or cycling stimulate the functioning of the gastrointestinal tract, reducing the time the intestine is exposed to harmful substances. Additionally, managing stress is crucial to maintaining. Chronic stress can negatively affect the microbiota, weaken the immune system, and increase inflammation in the body. Practices such as meditation, yoga, and leisure activities can help reduce the impacts of stress. Avoiding excessive alcohol consumption and giving up smoking are also essential measures. These habits not only increase the risk of bowel cancer, but affect overall health, contributing to other types of cancer and chronic diseases. Taking care of the intestine is not an isolated task, but part of an effort to adopt a healthier and more balanced life. With small changes in everyday life, It is possible not only to reduce the risk of cancer, but also to improve the quality of life in a broad way. You are the protagonist of your health. Transform your life today. We have reached a crucial point, understanding that your health is to a large extent under your control. While genetic factors and external circumstances can play a role, the decisions you make on a daily basis play a key role. Recognizing the signs of bowel cancer and taking preventive measures is not only a way to take care of yourself, but also to inspire those around you by seeking information, adopting healthier habits, and carrying out preventive exams. You demonstrate the power to act before it is too late. Imagine how your life can change by committing to small daily actions, preparing balanced meals, including more fiber in your diet, exercising, and taking time to take care of your mental health. These are simple steps that have a profound impact. Additionally, sharing information like this with family and friends can save lives. Many people are still unaware of the early signs of bowel cancer and underestimate the importance of prevention. By spreading this knowledge, you become part of a positive current that can transform the way health is viewed in your community. The main message is clear. You have the power to prevent, care for, and transform your life and the lives of other people. See each day as an opportunity to choose what is best for your body and mind. If you have identified any of the symptoms described here or have risk factors, see a doctor and take the necessary tests. The sooner you act, the greater the chances of preventing or treating the problem. Health is a precious asset, and every decision you make today is an investment in your future. Now is the time to act, to transform, and to be the protagonist of your own story.